Welcome back to Pure Creation. I am Stephen Walker, and this is my third video. I'm going to be doing a tree ring pour tonight, and I want to just show you the person that inspired me. Her name is Gina DeLuca. She has 20,515 subscribers, over 1 million views. The lady is just amazing. And she actually has done it's called a rainbow ring acrylic pour on large canvas. If you want to go to YouTube and look it up, rainbow ring acrylic pour on large canvas. I also try to put her video in the link below this video for you as well. But I wanted you to see what a tree ring pour looks like. She actually will demonstrate in just a second. I'll show you the video. And then we'll go ahead and I'll show you the paint colors I'm going to use, and we'll go ahead and get started. So this is her video. Hopefully this will come across okay on my little LG pad. Only way I know how to do it. But here you go.
All right. Here we go.
I want you to see her technique. Tree ring pour got its name from when you cut a tree down, you got a stump, and then you see the rings of the tree. So she's making little circular motions as she's pouring the paint out. She layered the paint in a certain sequence, dark first and then a lighter colors at the bottom. And she'll do that. She'll pour all the way out until she's finished. So I wanted to show you that little circular motion that she's making. And I'll go ahead and jump ahead to where she is completed with the picture, so you can see the finished product. And once she stretches it out, how it looks. So, and here you go. This is how it looks when it's finished. That's tree ring. And she did a rainbow tree ring because she used all the primary colors plus a couple tertiary colors as well. And so I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to show you my colors, the colors I'm going to use. I'll just sit this right here. I'm going to show you the colors I'm going to use, and then we'll get them mixed up and we'll get started. So these are the colors. I got the three primaries: red, yellow, blue. And they are cadmium red deep, cadmium yellow medium hue, ultramarine blue, and then I got dioxide purple. I got Artist Loft in the turquoise color, and then of course I got the white and the black. As you're doing your pouring, you want to mix it. You want to have your pour medium as well in there, and so I do have my Liquitex pour medium that I'm going to mix with each color. I'm also going to use some glue all in it as well. I'll mix some of that in there. And depending on how the consistency is, I'll be mixing in my spring water with it to make sure that it's pouring correctly, because I don't want it too thick. If it's too thick, it won't look right. When it's finished, it'll dry and crack and all of that, and I don't want that to happen. So anyway, I got to put all the colors in the cups, and so I decided to create something for my cups. This is what I created for my cups. I noticed in some of the videos, the cups, after they get poured, they get set on the table flat, and what I wanted to do was have mine kind of lean forward a bit, and so as you see, it kind of tilts forward because I have these things on the back, and they tilt forward. That way, after I pour the colors out, the colors will kind of gather in the corners there, and I can pour out the rest. So just a little creation I made to hold my paint, and also it keeps them steady in their holders, so they won't be falling on the table, getting knocked over, that kind of thing. So it's a little paint tray, I guess you could call it that. So I'm going to go ahead and mix my paints, get that ready to go, and we'll get started. So just hold one second. I'll be right back. Yeah, there's something that I forgot to say, is that I saw one guy had the WD-40, and he sprayed it right into the cup, and the paint came out a lot easier. So I'm going to do that, and you want to also make sure that you get some gloves, some vinyl gloves. You'll need to do that, and have those on so you don't get the paint under your fingernails and your skin get all dry because you're not wearing gloves when you do the process. So, but he sprayed it in there and he took a little towel and he wiped it out. So I'm going to use that as well. I just wanted to let you know that before I put the paint in, I'm going to coat all the cups that way, and hopefully the paint will come out a lot easier. So I'll be right back. All my colors will be done and we'll get started. All right, I put the gloves on and they are really funny looking. So I got my gloves on. I'm about to start getting my paint ready. So I just wanted to show you, it's not one size fits all. My hands are too fat. So I got to buy some better gloves. But anyway, I'll be right back. All right, so I am mixing the paint. If you're new to acrylic pouring, getting the right consistency with your paint is critically important. I've actually been stirring these paints with the glue and with water, trying to get the right consistency. And it's been, I know, a good 15 minutes. To you, I just came back. I mean, to you, I came back in a second. But I'm telling you, that's about where you want to be. I think you can see that. That's about where you want to be with your consistency. It's a little, there you go. So I am trying to get these paints to that point, and it is quite a task to do that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get them mixed up, and it's got to be right because this is my first acrylic pour, and I want it to be perfect. So so hold on, I'll be I'll be right back. All right, whew, that took me a long time to get all those colors mixed, but I got them all mixed in there at the right consistency. As you can see, it's pouring out really nicely. So we're going to start with the white. I'll tell you about these in a little bit, but we're going to start with the white and just go ahead and pour that straight in. Yeah. Pour that straight in. All right. And then next we're going to put the yellow in. We're going to put the yellow in directly on top of it. Oops, I got the video rolling in the background. Let me pause this for a second. The order that Gina DeLuca put her paints in, she had more paint variations of red than I do. She also had orange and I don't. So I'm going to kind of improvise just a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and put the yellow in. And I'm not going to pour from up top. That's about all the yellow I'm going to use right there. One little drop. There we go. Put that back in its holder. All right. Then we're going to go to the blue. Now, there's going to be a switch when we go to the blue. Instead of pouring it directly, you see that? That's the right consistency. Oh, I don't know if you saw that. Let me do it again. There we go. I'm going to pour this straight down the side of it. Straight down the side of the cup. And I'm going to use about that much blue. Maybe a little bit more. You know, about that much blue. Put that back in its holder. We're going to do purple the same way. And I'm keeping it, as you can see, I'm keeping the cup tilted. I'll pour right on the trail line of the blue, right down the side. Same thing. Do the same for the turquoise. This turquoise and I had a battle. I mean, a battle. You see, I had to do some wiping off with the turquoise. It splattered on me. It splattered on the board. It was a problem child. So, put turquoise in. See? Look at that. Drip right on the board. I can see turquoise and I are going to have an issue. Of course, that's me being sloppy, but still, you know, you got to blame somebody. Then I'm going to put the red in. Do some more blue. I'm definitely going out of sequence from what she did, but it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna go ahead and use all the purple. Get that all in there. All right. And now I'm going to pour some black in it. Whoa, watch out. Watch out there now. Gonna pour some black in it. Of course, you know the last color you pour in will be the color on the edges, and it will kind of disappear. So you got to keep that in mind. That's okay. All right, so you can't see the side of the cup, but the colors are in there. Let's see the colors. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently put this down here. I'm going to go ahead and get my canvas ready for the pour. Now these are my invention to keep the canvas off of the surface so that I can get my fingers up under it. Instead of using tacks and that kind of thing, it's different levels as you push them in, and sometimes they can push through the actual canvas itself and damage the canvas. I've seen that on a couple pours. So I created these, and basically what I did was I took a stir stick, skinny one, I cut it in half, then I spaced it out, I taped it together this way, and I bent it, after it was taped, and then I took this end, I put tape this way, brought it over, put tape that way, and then squirrels it on both ends, and then squirrels it in the middle, and what it does is it creates this kind of gap thing. And these will be set out like so, and I'll have to do some adjustment once I get the canvas on here to make sure it's just right. But I think these are the positions. These are the positions that they need to go in. Probably need to mark the board. Yeah, but that's about right. There you go. And as you can see, I can get my fingers under there and I can lift it up, and it's not a problem. I do need to go ahead and get the corners of this actually I need to get the whole edge done in black. I'm gonna leave the middle open, but I need to do all the way around in black. All right. And I need to get my tool so I can go ahead and get it spread out. You want to make sure you get to the corners. Corners are the hardest thing sometimes to get to when you're doing these kind of acrylic pours. And you want to get the sides as well. So you want to go like that. You want to have it, you don't want it to be thin because you'll be able to see the canvas through it, you know. But you can always go back and touch it up. So like that, and then bring it down the side. Try to spread that evenly. Now keep in mind that the paint is in the cup and it's settling, so that's something you want to know, that you're kind of working against time a little bit with that. So just make sure that you kind of allotted enough time for, you know, in hindsight I wish I had done this first, but you know what, I didn't. So you got to kind of work with what you got. So you dab that extra paint and go ahead and get this done. More than likely I'll speed this up on the video. You don't need to see all that. You get the gist of what I'm attempting to do. You're picking up what I'm putting down. You're picking it up. You'll probably hear me sound like a chipmunk meow, 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 as I speed up the sound, but it's okay. And I did make sure that my board was balanced and all of that. You want to make sure that that's the case. Any places where you see it's thinned out like that, you want to try your best to get some paint over there on that section, because when that dries, that is going to look bad. And you want to make sure that you touch up that when you can. So I think right now, everything's pretty much even all the way around. I'm kind of just pushing it around. The other thing is when the paint comes out of the cup and hits this black, it's actually going to move a lot smoother. It's going to move a lot smoother because the black is there. So I think I covered it pretty good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and sit this down on the table there, right there. Oh, I got my elbow. I got my arm a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the tree pour. Now, she had a cup like this that had the little spout piece on the end, right? And so these are round cups, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it. I'm just going to pinch it right at the tip. You see that? And it's going to bend in when you pinch it. It bends in. And see, that gives me a little pouring section to come through. A little pouring point. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and just start my circles. That looks pretty good. I'm going to slow it down. You can see I'm working in little circles, going in little circles. And if you can, you want to try and keep it right in the middle. All right. Using that WD-40, look at that. Clean that cup completely out. No paint stuck to the sides, just a little bit, but most of it is down on the canvas, and that's where you want it. So that was a really good pour. Now I can see that my circles in the middle didn't quite circle around the way I wanted to right there at the end. So I am going to get one of my little tools that I have that, and this is a little tie thing, and what I'm going to do is just make a little circle here in the middle. So when I stretch it, that will actually become something. So I'll put this down right here. Okay, so actually I'm gonna clean that off, so I don't want it to dry up on there. All right, so you can't really see it, but there are bubbles in here. And so you want to have, one of the tools you want to get is a torch or a heat gun. And I have a heat gun, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this puppy up. And the thing is, you want to pop some of these air bubbles. And I see them popping from a distance already. I don't really want to disturb the liquid itself, but I do want the air bubbles to pop. So I can go ahead and move it around a bit. It's amazing how quick they pop on the black. It was almost instantaneous popping. Okay. I think we're good to go. And I didn't even have to put it on high. This is high. That's the high setting. This particular model goes up to 1200 watts in heat, so it kicks up pretty good. But I didn't need to take it all the way up, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down in a safe place so it can cool off. And now this is the very important part, because what I have to do is move this around in a circle. And I see I'm almost out of time. I got about a minute and a half, so this is going to be a two-parter. I'm sorry. You're going to have to watch the next video to see how what happens at the end. And I hope you come back and you can see it. But right now, it looks really great. Sometimes when you do a tree ring pour, you want it to stay just like it is. You don't want to really stretch it out, but I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out. And actually, what I'll do is since I do want you to see the finished product, and I want you to see the process of stretching this out as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video, and then, because I'm doing this on my phone, so I only have so much time on space on my phone to be able to do the video, because it's almost packed out. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. I'll go ahead and upload it, and then I'll come back, and this will be the second part of this actual tree ring pour for me. So thank you so much for watching this video. It is my third video. I'm Stephen Walker, and like I said, this is Pure Creation. Pure creation is what we do when we allow the paint to just become itself, to do its thing. So that's what we want to do, and I want you to take this tutorial and do what I did and learn how to do it for yourself. So you can use different colors as well, but hopefully you'll come back for the second video. Please subscribe. If you haven't seen my previous videos, please go back and take a look. All right, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video.